Yo, I couldn't for a long time, um, before, getting on this sobriety journey. I could never understand, why um my kid's mom was so passionate about um me like quitting alcohol. I never knew anybody that was like that passionate about somebody else's addiction or somebody else's wrongdoing. And when I started to become um more conscious, and I started to like be on my journey of like this spiritual awakening that I was having. I didn't understand at the time, obviously, but I just knew that things felt different. I was seeing things differently. I started to feel like, and I still do, like I feel like God talked to us through other people that we know that God is a woman first and foremost. I'm just so used to saying he, but I think she talks to us through people that she knows we listen to, or we value their opinion in some kind of way. Because I mean, bro, this woman would fight me. Like, there's times we pulled in the parking lot and I was about to go into the store to go get some shit, and she just wouldn't budge. Like, she would fight me on that shit, threaten me, all types of shit. Like, and I just never understood it. I even used to say it like, yo, why you care? Like, why you so passionate about if I decide that I want to drink? I'm grown. Like, the ego start to set in, your pride start to set in. I pay every bill in this motherfucker. I make all the money. I do this. I take care of everything. Like, the kids is taken care of. If I worked hard. I work 5 days a week, 10, 12 hour shifts. You know what I mean? If I want to buy me some motherfucking beer, I'm going to buy me some beer. And she just would always tell me, like, you don't need that shit. That shit bring the worst out of you. I'm tired of you doing that shit. You need to stop. And I used to always be like, you act like I'm smoking crack, or you act like I'm snorting coke, or I'm doing this real hardcore drug. Basically trying to make excuses for it, regardless if it's a super hardcore drug or not. You know what I mean? It's just this person seen something in me and seen that potential in me before I even did. It's deep, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you really think, like, damn, like, that was God. You know what I mean? Like, that was the universe communicating to me through her. And it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like no overnight shit, but it worked. You know what I mean? Just through different ways of communicating that to me, and just it started to help me and allow me to realize that it just wasn't good for me. Like, if somebody was willing to put it all on the line, damn near willing to fight me, you know what I mean? Like, just the level of like dedication that was behind her wanting me to stop drinking and to get sober. When you see that somebody wanted that bad for you, it's like, bro, maybe, like wanting it more than you wanted. It's like, man, maybe I should try this shit out. Like, maybe they right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they see something I just, cause I'm a firm believer in that. Maybe like they see something I just don't see right now. And I was just talking to my mom right before making this video, and she got a addiction too, like to drinking and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I was telling her like, yo, you got so much potential. You know what I mean? Cause you got everything else you need to succeed in this world, or to be great, or what they consider great in this world. but it's just one thing that's holding you back. And it's hard to tell somebody that, you know what I mean? Like I said, without being looked at as like being hypocritical because you used to drink and you no longer drink and they still drink. But I just felt like I'm gonna say it anyway. Like, yo, you know, your potential, like the ceiling, it ain't no ceiling on your potential. And it's just one thing like holding you back. And I told her like what I realized, like, yo, in order to like, cause that was my thing. I used to always complain. I used to cry about it. You know what I mean? I used to be mad about it, snap out about it, you know, just with me feeling like I deserved or that it was just a better life out there for me. And I couldn't understand at the time why I was nowhere near close to that life or that lifestyle that I wanted, you know what I mean? Or that I foreseen for myself. And I never even thought about it being like alcohol holding me back or, you know what I'm saying? At the time, like I felt like I could do that and still obtain the life I wanted. And I realized like, yo, in order to get the life that we want, we gotta trade in the life that we had. You know what I'm saying? Or the life that we have. Like the life that we want, we gotta be willing to give up the life that we once had. Or the life that we live in the present. If you still living like that, you gotta be willing to get that shit up in order to get the life that you really want. And I was just telling her, you know, we was trading stories and just had me thinking like, damn, bro, I remember all of that, you know, blacking out, having to trust somebody to recap your night, doing crazy shit, spazzing out on people, just being a mess. And even with all of that, even when I was going through all of that, because I do truly believe that I had to go through all of those experiences, you know, drinking, alcoholism, you know, different heartbreaks, like all of the things that we go through in this life, you know, we truly have to go through. But even in going through all of those scary times in my life with like alcohol, like I would still go back to it. Like I could have a crazy night or I could have a night of just I blacked out completely. And I might not drink for a day or two because within that day or two, I'm trying to recap. I'm trying to think like, damn, what was it? How I forgot this, how I get home, like. And then after I would probably eventually accept it I'm never going to remember, I would be back to drinking. You know what I'm saying? And that was like the tricky thing with alcohol. Like, bro, you're going to drink when you're happy. You're going to drink when you're sad. You're going to drink about good news, about bad news. You're going to drink whether you devastated, whether you liberated. Like, it just don't matter. It's a trap. It's like it's a fucking, it's just like an infinity wheel. It's just like you just on this hamster wheel, or you know what I'm saying? Like you just. But I was just like, yo, man, it's amazing, you know, how God move, how the universe communicates things to you through people. She a blessing. She like an angel. She get on my nerves and we go through our shit and we going through shit now, but I gotta just give her these flowers. Maybe she'll see this video one day. I gotta give her flowers. Like, yo, you help save my life. And you know, for some people that might be a little dramatic, but it's really the truth. Like, if I didn't have her in my life, if I didn't have her nagging and getting on my nerves every single time she was able to about me wanting to drink, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't have her standing in front of me or standing in the way of that, bro, I'd probably be hooked up to some tubes or something. I'd probably be on some type of medication. I probably, you know what I mean? Like, choked on my saliva from being too drunk at times. You know what I mean? If that was that you never know what could happen, bro. Like, people done died in they sleep from alcohol. You know what I'm saying? I was on a straight path of destruction, bro. High speed, John. In a Ferrari. Top speed. You know what I mean? Doing the dash, bro. The crash out. And it's like, you know, even when I was talking to my mom, just being transparent on what sparked me to like get away from alcohol and just how beautiful sobriety is. Like, you know, a lot of things I wasn't even able to do. A lot of things I wasn't even interested in doing because I was so hooked up to just like, when I'm off from work, bro, I'm drinking, bro. Everything that was considered to be fun time or leisure time, it had to be some alcohol there, bro. That's the only way I could have fun. But even talking to her, I respect my mom for saying she know that she got to give up her old life to get her new life. She even said it on the phone, like, I just ain't ready yet. You know what I mean? I ain't there yet. And I respected that. Like, her why don't outweigh everything else. And I was there. I was at that point before all of this sobriety shit really kicked off for me. And it just became easier because I was ready. I understand that. But something in life gonna happen. You know, hopefully it ain't nothing bad, but something in life gonna happen to where as though she won't be ready. It's gonna push her over the top. And that goes to what I was saying about my kid's mom. Like, that pushed me over the top. You know, I've been waking up like, yo, I'm sick of this shit. Why do I do this shit? This shit is bullshit. It's pointless. It's meaningless. It's not purposeful. Like, I already understood that it made me a bad person. It made me a worse person. It didn't, you know what I mean? It didn't add any value. But having somebody or having that something to push me over the edge to where I was like, yo, I need to really take this shit serious. I want to go to the next level with this sobriety shit. Like, I mean, she used to be passionate, bro. Crying, fighting me on it, not speaking to me for days. Like, God most definitely, you know, operated through her, spoke to me through her. Because there's not a lot of people opinions that I valued, and it's so crazy. Like, now that I'm even talking about it and thinking about it, like, you know how some people could tell you some shit, you know you're not doing the right thing, but you still like, fuck out of here. I don't care about nothing you talking about. Like, nigga, you do this, you do that. You know what I'm saying? Or I just don't value what you're saying, or I'm not listening to you. Like, it's so crazy how I started telling her, like, yo, God is talking to me. The universe is talking to me through you, yo. I really believe that. And she was like, maybe. But the reason I'm saying all that is because she is one of the only people, even my grandma, dog. And I listen to my grandma. My grandma told me stop drinking plenty of times. Yo, leave that shit alone. Like, you're a better person without it. Yeah. And go cop some shit. You know what I mean? And go drink and shit like that. You know what I mean? But it's so crazy how God obviously, cause she know who you gonna listen to, who opinions you value. You know what I mean? And like to use her over and over and over again until I got it. Because she the only person that can say certain shit to me or explain certain shit a certain kind of way, even if I don't like it. Even if we argue and we go at it about it, when I get time to reflect and I'm by myself, I'm gonna think about that shit. No bullshit. And I'm gonna call her, I'm gonna text her, yo, my fault, I was tripping. Yo, my fault, you was right. I don't even know how many times, if I had $1 for every time I told her she was right about some shit after I sat and reflected about it, I wouldn't even be making these, I'd be rich, bro. I'd be somewhere fucking some money off. Like, so even in this moment, even in this very moment of this video, live, of me recording it, I'm realizing, like, yo, the universe and God gonna talk to you through people that they know you gonna listen to. You know, I got all my kids is with this woman. You know, even if she say some shit like they need their dad, you need to be around, you don't need to be having no health conversation. Like, she just got the arsenal, she got the tools, she got the buttons, she got everything to make me stop and pay attention and listen, bro. She the only person that got that. So even like thinking about that, like, yo, that's so deep. Like, she used to be so passionate, bro. And it helped, it worked. I'm sober today. I'm sober for the rest of my life because of her. You know what I mean? Like, she an angel. She an asshole sometimes, but she an angel, bro. Like, the Most High sent me an angel to get me right. It ain't about nothing else. It's about the things that matter. That shit helped me. That shit helped change my life, bro. Cause like I said, I'm like, why is she so passionate about this shit? And she gave in sometimes, but for the most part, 99% of the time, bro, shit, she was standing on that shit, bro. But look, that shit helped me, man. Months later, you feel what I'm saying? Like, after years of just going through it with me. Years, 16 years, bro. 16 years, bro. She wasn't bitching the whole way through, but 13 of them 16, she was, you know what I mean? So, it's crazy, man.